Hello guys, how are we doing and welcome back to Help with Harrz, a series where I'll make you guys better at Black Ops 6 ranked play. Now I know Black Ops 6 is coming to an end and Black Ops 7's teaser was just announced, but there are going to still be fundamentals and ways in which you can improve in this game to make sure that as soon as ranked play drops in Black Ops 7, you're already ahead of the game. So don't think, oh, it's coming to the end of Black Ops 6 now, I need to, let me wait to Black Ops 7. You can improve yourself now when this game doesn't matter too much anymore, so that when you jump on Black Ops 7, you are at your peak. Now, today we're going to be reviewing a hardstuck Plat 2 player, and we're going to be trying to give them advice on how to get more wins and how to progress more, and just point out anything that I can see this player doing that they might want to improve upon. Now, obviously, the stat line of the game we're reviewing is strong. Like, they go almost to 2KD, they get plenty of hill time, but the predicament they're still stuck in is that they have some games like this and some games that are bad. Now, obviously, when you submit your Help with Harrz form, a bad game can be better to review because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are changing. Like this game, even though you lost, probably doesn't matter too much. So we're going to read through the form, we're going to review the gameplay and break it down, do a real good analysis on it, and then we're going to give a summary at the end on a couple of things that this player can work on to improve going forward. The game mode is hardpoint. We're going to be on Hacienda. So if you sort of feel, you can sort of empathize with this player, then this is going to be the video you're going to want to watch. Now, we're reviewing Tasman. They're a PC player. They play 20 hours a week, which is probably somewhat similar to what a lot of you guys probably play, and I play similar around that at the moment. Current rank hardstuck Plat 2, and they were last out on Plat 3, but they were on keyboard and mouse last year. Good FOV, good sensitivity. They are a channel member. And for those of you who don't know, that gives you like priority pass, although I've been a bit slow recently. I haven't done any others apart from this one, so priority here. Really good setup. So they've got a solid PC, really good controller, nice headset. So they've got all the gear. It's looking good. Let's read what they want me to focus on. So one thing I'd like to help me understand is why I'm hardstuck Plat 2. My goal is to be Diamond 1 by the end of this year. I can easily get to Plat 1, but as soon as I get midway through Plat 2, I hit a roadblock each time. I feel like I have very good understanding of many advanced concepts, hard blocking, rotating, pushing out, yet I still struggle to win matches. Some of the people I play with don't have these understandings or are not using mics or just think getting hill time is most important, and yet they still make Diamond and above and getting many more kills. So I'm perplexed. Sometimes I feel like I should just stack the point or play right next to the point instead of trying to do more advanced concepts, but it's too hard to coordinate pushing out, rotating together, anchoring, etc. as a team. And playing lanes right next to hill is my best bet of getting to Diamond, but I'm lost. Last year I got to Plat 3 using keyboard and mouse. I think my aim is better now and my understanding of the game is better, but I'm still Plat 2 this year. I want to be more efficient at progressing. I really have no business playing this game that much, and it would be hard for me to play this much in the future. My goal is to just be Diamond, and I want to learn how to be very efficient at getting there. COD is a hobby of mine. I just want to be able to get to the game, get on the game and compete with other Diamonds and not have painstaking time getting there or staying there. Heard. There's also many concepts to understand: trading, movement, pace, and stutter aiming, pinching, etc. I may have consistency problem where I focus develop in one area but then forget about the other, or one game I'm dominating but the next game I'm getting dominated. So it's really hard for me to know where I'm going wrong. I can't tell if it's a me problem or a team problem. How do I keep it all together when you play? How do you keep it all together when you play and get to the point where I'm winning several games in a row consistently? Now, a lot to unpack here. Obviously, the game we're reviewing is a strong game. You can see like the stats are really good, but there's still going to be things I'm going to notice that you can probably improve upon. Something you got to bear in mind is, in order to get higher ranked and to get unhardstuck, the game's code needs to understand that you are better than your current rank. Simple as that. Now, the game is going to struggle to understand when you are rotating early, which doesn't show up on the leaderboard. So those intangible elements that you're talking about when you say that you put hard blocking, rotating, pushing out, etc. Those are things that the game's going to be like tricky. It's going to be hard to recognize those things in the leaderboard or in statistics. So therefore, it's going to make it's hard to necessarily make the game think you're better because of those things. What the game can see is kills, KD ratio, score per minute, damage taken, damage given, headshot percentage, all those things, and accuracy are all things that the game can see, and that's what we really want to try and work on to get unhardstuck. Now, these matter heavily when you actually want to win a game, but when you're in a position where you're hardstuck, you really want to focus on making the game think you're better than it currently thinks you are, and that has to come from doing statistically better. Okay, now a game like this is fantastic. I've just done a recent video, which if you haven't seen, I would recommend checking out, on how to get unhardstuck. And this is this is an example of a game where your hidden MMR probably didn't get impacted. If anything, it probably went up because you got a lot of hill time, a high amount of score, good KD. So even though you lost, the game's probably recognized this as okay, let's bump them up a little bit. More games like this, even if you lose, aren't going to be too much of an issue. My recommendation is, obviously we'll break down this gameplay, but my recommendation is play a little bit more for the tangible skills you can be measured against, and not focus too much about this. Let the wins just come to you as you try and improve your statistics itself. And then once you get to a point where you actually just need to start winning, then do this. Obviously your actual in-game SR doesn't go up unless you're winning, and obviously those elements here are going to be coming into play, but the game needs to think you're better than the game thinks you currently are. And to do that, your KD needs to go up. Whatever it is, your KD needs to go up, accuracy needs to go up, and all these sort of elements that the game can actually measure needs to be improved upon. So let's give it a go. Let's see how this looks. Let's start right from the beginning.
Oh, okay. I can't hear you, but okay.
So taking a quick look here, you've got really strong frames, good latency. Generally, the statistics are good. You're not hindered by anything that you can control, which is a good thing. But that comes from your beast of a setup. Good shots. Okay, first death. Let's break it down. Right. First of all, this is fine. I don't mind this. You're not necessarily pre-aiming where I'd pre-aim, which is the top, but it's not too much of an issue. You get a really good kill there. Your centering there is perfect. Now, what I would love to have seen you here is and again, your solo queues, it can be difficult to communicate this, but this is the person that should be getting on the hill at this point, okay? What you should be doing is to try and hold this top middle control. Yes, rotate round and try and, get the other side of map control, because at the end of the day, if I just pull this up, you want P2 is over here. So you want to make sure that you've got like top middle control here. You get the kills, then the enemy end up spawning all the way out over this side, okay? So you want to, what I would do for you, you've got good top middle control, keep that map control, okay? Let the enemy behind, let your teammate behind you jump on the point. Now, let's say, for example, you had teammates all in front of you and they were pushing through the spawn, and that was the position they were in, and you were back here, okay? Obviously, you want this side of the map controlled. So at that point, yeah, jump on the point and then maybe look that way whilst your teammates have got everything else covered. However, that's not the situation we have here. I'm going to make this a little bit easier to see. What you should have done is, as I said, your teammates were progressing forward this way, this way, and this way. You could have joined them on that progression, containing this top mid, and allowed the teammate who is behind you to hop on a point. Now, the rule of thumb is if you are trying to flip or trying to rotate or something like that, you have to let the teammate who's furthest back jump on do the dirty work, okay? Because that's what they're there to do. If they're the last to spawning in, they're last to block. There's no role that should be here. So we weren't, yeah. And the fact that they haven't pushed out of top windows, bottom secret or anything like that, and no one has control of this right-hand side, probably tells you that's where this enemy is anyway. But so yeah, don't jump on the point in this type in the game. Allow this player who's furthest back to do that whilst you push on through. Okay, if he doesn't get the gist of it straight away, fine. You're not losing anything. It's a 0-0 game. You're still going to get kills up there, but it allows your teammate here to go, shit, maybe I should get on the time, and then they get on the hill. Okay, they shouldn't be here anyway. They shouldn't be staying here because they're giving the enemy team advantageous spawns. So yeah, so that's one thing. Let the teammate who's behind you get on the point as you push through. Okay, quite logical. Now, and then the second thing is obviously the read to this player probably should have been not obvious, but it is definitely readable. We've just checked the top left windows. We know, this is clear. We did just wipe someone out over here. Your teammate's got rock control. Your teammate's got top this right hand side control. So the only place they can be is pretty much this bottom area here, which is where, unfortunately, we didn't check. But again, two things from that. Let the teammate behind you do the dirty work and get on the point as you progress through and try and flip the spawns. And then you probably should have read this because this was the only place we hadn't got under control. So it's worth checking anyway. If he's not there, you haven't lost anything. Teammate needs to move from that spot first of all as well, because he's just not. You need to progress forward, otherwise you're just going to be stuck here. No shots. Okay, it paid off. This won't have paid off in another lobby. Okay, you are the only person who is furthest pushed up. Again, don't get on the objective. Okay, if you're in a position like this where your teammates may still be, you know, there's an enemy top this side, there's still your teammates potentially still being held on this right hand side here. You are valuable because you are the closest to the next objective. You're the closest to the enemy spawn. You can push through. You can kill the player who's maybe holding your teammates back. The decision making you need to apply here is pressure. Pressure, like not necessarily on the hill. Again, you've got teammates not necessarily directly behind you, like positionally, but from where they're spawning and where you need to be, they are behind you. They're, you know, still in their spawn. Let them get on the objective. You push through, you get the kills top mid, you push through to back P2, and it's looking a little better. What you do here works in this situation, but I can imagine this play, you don't always need to be on the hill. I promise you don't always need to be on the hill time. You've got great map control here. You can even go rock and put pressure on P2 so that your teammates can get really good scrap time here. So many better things you'd be doing other than getting on this hill. You do not need to get on the hill here. And again, if there's anything I'm saying that you're like, why is he saying that? I don't quite understand. Leave it down in the comments and I'm sure I'd be able to help out. Shot's good. Shot's good. This is good. Your teammates are pushing right. Okay, we are not pre-aiming a lot. Okay, now whilst our eyes might be checking, so I like this. What this run through here is pretty nice. Yeah. Oh, you look right, but there's no pre-aim right. You're looking with your eyes, but you're not looking with your gun. Okay, so when you're checking for things, you might as well be ADSing already, because when you encounter a person in somewhere you're checking, which is the whole reason you're checking, you might as well be ready for that gunfight. So as you're walking around there, obviously the way you're playing, the way you're not full sprinting, so I believe you just suspect someone to be in this position, whether they're behind one of these cars or where this player is. You've had to take even a half a second to ADS where this player's already there. Okay, you haven't got a cover. It's a 50-50 gunfight. Whereas if you've aimed in, you probably win that gunfight. So yeah, when you're checking areas, pre-aim. Simple rule to try and follow there. Nice, 2 kills. Okay, we're pre-aiming here. I don't mind that. Nice. Stun forward. Get the trophy down. I don't like this. And the reason I don't like it is because you don't have the gun for the situation. Okay? You can watch this doorway from being in this corner here. Now, all it takes is for someone with a sub to come in here and you're laying down easy headshots. You're dead so quickly. What I would do in this situation is, I don't even need to do it. I would position myself in this corner here. So this teammate's watching front. You can literally stand in this corner looking at the side door and you're still looking side door. Okay, you've still got that element covered. You've still got that area sort of under your observation, but you're doing it from a point where you actually have the upper hand. Okay, you just have to sit in that corner, pre-aim this doorway. Anyone running into the hill from this door is just going to die. Whereas here, you're leaving it a little bit up to chance. The chances of 2 people just running straight here and beaming you is higher. The chances of losing the gunfight to a sub here is higher. That's something we could probably look to improve upon. Nice, we get a kill. And again, it might work in this game right now, but this is a game where you go double positive, you get 100 seconds on time, everything seems to go well this game, but as you say, you get to Plat 2 and suddenly you're a little bit stuck. These are the sort of decisions we should be looking to change if we want to progress outside of Plat 2. When we start playing diamonds, because that's what will happen, the game will start testing you against diamonds, and if you're caught short against diamonds, the game's going to go, okay, clearly not worthy of it, keep them in Plat.
Driveway.
Agreed. Fine.
Rotate, rotate. Fuck old. Come on, fuck old. Let's go.
Good comms, good comms. Fuck old. I'm hearing that. If you've watched Help with Harrz before, you'll notice you're carrying two particular things, which might benefit you at P3 right now. I'd love to see him thrown.
Man. Can't be worried about old like that.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to pause it right there. I know you're getting just chowed insanely here. You lay down here, okay? If someone comes onto this head glitch, you're dead. Even the best of players is losing a gunfight when they're here. Or the best of players won't be here, but you're dead. If someone comes against that head glitch, you're not winning this gunfight. Again, every time you settle in a position where you're trying to take on a gunfight like here, you should have the advantage, okay? Now, what you could do is hug this right-hand side wall so that they don't have a head glitch, in which case then it's a 50-50 gunfight. You've got all of their bodies showing, you've got all of yours. But even then, you've got a wall next to you, so you can only strafe one way. Not a favourable place to take a gunfight on. Okay, whole situation there. Stun nade on new. If they're there, brilliant, you get kills. If not, it doesn't really matter. And then when you're trying to take up a position, try and take a position where you're on a head glitch, or you're challenging somewhere who doesn't have a head glitch. If you're not on a head glitch, you know, that sort of thing. See, right now is a great time to try and use a nade in the stun. What did you say? I'm going to make a route since you all died. Actually, good comms. Hearing that in your voice is good because you've reflected on the fact that you've got no teammates to help you right now, so you've got time to try and take a route, which I like. Yeah. Again, we're in a position where you don't have the gun for that situation. Okay. Granted, once you get to top plat, it's looking favourable. But what I would have potentially done there is maybe gone up the right-hand side vine and then challenge the top like that, or something maybe different. Go through wine and try and pinch, something like that. Because you're in a, even running up here now is risky if they challenge this with a sub, because you're going to lose a gunfight in a 50-50 gunfight. Nice. Okay. You don't always have to get on the hill as soon as it's available. Okay? Because your teammate, the enemy's just got 2 kills. Your teammate then proceeds to get another 2 kills. But you've got to bear in mind, your teammate's just called in a streak. Okay? So the enemies are going to have, like, and this might come maybe something later, like just automatically comes into your head. When your teammate's got a streak in, the enemies are going to be looking for cover. And a really easy way to get cover from P3 is tin. And that's exactly where this player went. They ran out of tin and then you're just caught running out of plat. But there's 13 seconds left. I get it's really good to get scrap time here, but because cover's instantly available, because the time's instantly available, you've just gone for it. And you've died, you've lost it, and then, you know, you've reset a little bit. And again, it sort of pays off because you spawn close to P4, but in those higher elo games, in those higher ranked games, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Okay, subs in the hand. I don't mind this. A long thing there is okay. Maybe it's hindsight, but just head glitch. Okay, you don't need to overcomplicate. It's like cancel the slide, pop up on this head glitch and beam him there. Again, you're making it a fairly 50-50 gunfight, whereas you could have had the upper hand by using the head glitch. And then maybe slid out afterwards to be a little bit unpredictable, but you put damage out, fine. You're on the hill, stun nade, nice. Got a trophy. I'd love to just see anything thrown, like, even if you throw it behind the wall, just so that they can't pre-stun or pre-nade. Okay, wait for your team. You had the consciousness to recognize this on P3. You're pushing this alone, okay? Unless you, and there's no one on the enemy team is dead, pretty much. So unless you pop a 3-4 piece right now, the enemy's still going to be on the hill. Wait for your team, compose yourself, get a trophy at your feet, get some initial damage out, maybe with your nades and stuns, and then push with your team. Trophy not going to save you from that, so that's on your teammate. Lovely kill. Great shots. Efficient as well. Like, you got that kill with 80. I see you. I see you. I see you. Nice. We faded away from the gunfight because we knew we were about to lose it. Love that. Nice. You know there's one behind you still. Wow, you got the kill. Did you get the kill? I believe you did. Okay, I don't mind that. That was a nice little sequence. Again, when you're on a P, your priority right now should be trying to maybe get the spawns and get control of the side that you want instead of jumping on the hill. And this is quite a common theme I'm learning with you, is that just because the hill, like, you're running directly to the hill right now, okay, instead of going up top, which would have been more beneficial, all you're doing here is maybe joining your teammate on the hill. Maybe you're planning to go through middle or something like that. But the route you're taking with this AR in your hand, that isn't favorable if that was your plan. What I would have loved to have seen you go is maybe up top here and just try and get top there so I control. Again, at the end of the day, you can keep them off this hill if you've got control of the top somewhere. Okay? You need to make sure that they're just simply not, especially when you're this far up, and like you, there was only 2 of you here, but by yourself now, you should not jump on the hill. You've got no supporting cover with your teammates. The enemy, one of your enemies have died. It won't look good when you jump on it, and that's exactly what happens. You know, windows exposed. They could come through the door. They could come from the window here. They could probably even come from your side or come. I don't know. But they come open. Like, there's so many areas they can kill you from because your team does not have control of top. Your first priority as an AR on P1 is top control of this map. You've seen how hard it is to just keep the hill there. This teammate's costing you. They're not moving too much. They're not moving forward enough, and it means your teammate's just giving them better spawns. Taking this route again. You're on it with your teammate, though. So as soon as you jump on a hill with your teammate, you need to be like, okay, 2 of us are doing the same job here. Let me see what I can do. And again, you're efficient about it. You're not really in a position where you're providing much cover of the objective. You're on the objective trying to fight outwards. You've got teammates who are, like, one's already top. So whilst this teammate is there, you're going to know an enemy's there. Because at the end of the day, if an enemy peeks this window, they're going to see your teammate first, and then they're going to look over you. A lot going on here. Don't need to join the hill with your teammate, and your focus should still be top mid control. So whilst I commended you on the amount of hill time you got in the latter score in the scoreboard at the end of the game, you could have been doing something far more productive with your game here, because you're getting the hill time that would have been gotten anyway. So you're doubling, you know, there's no reason for it. You could have, as I say, get top control, start rotating into P2. It's 5 seconds left and you've still not moved in. There's still 2 of you on time. I'm hoping this messaging is somewhat clear. Nicely done. Wait to heal before you progress because we're missing one. You just had a trophy go down. Pistol whip. Nice. You did enough.
Get back spawns. Get back spawns. I got back spawns. Nice.
Nice. Lovely play.
Y'all watch forward.
Love that. Nice. You see another one. Nice. This is brilliant. This is the sort of blocking that the game can recognize because you're getting kills.
Hard blocking.
This is brilliant. Nicely done again. Gets to under 20 seconds, you want to try and release it. And the reason for that is because this is the worst side for the enemies to spawn for P3. So gets this sort of time, your teammate gets a kill, release it. fine. The enemy has the opportunity to spawn in the back, but I think because of how late you left it, they might not be able to. So you're probably going to be contended towards the hill here. Nice kill. See it. Okay, nice trophy down. We sprinted. Interesting. Okay, so you know he's contended with you. And you've decided to run at the way you know he is, because he can't be this side because you're here. So he has to be around here. He could have been on this heady. In any case, a pre-aim here would have sufficed perfectly.
We got spawns.
Okay. Another situation I'm just going to break down slightly. Okay, we've got control of top plat. A really, really good position to have control of when P3's live. Okay. Now, the decision to jump over this ledge to get this kill is one I'm not massively yet happy with, because you can get the kill from staying up here and you don't give up the map control of platform. All you need to do is go to the top stairs and look down, and you beam that guy like exactly the same as you would have from down there. So that's my first point. And then secondly, let's say you do that. Let's say you stay top plat and you get that kill. Great, you got your teammates trade. You're now looking to kill the player on time. You've got a stun to locate where they are. You have a nade to locate where they are / do damage. And then every part of this fence is wall bangable. So you can get the kills, keep this white whilst your teammates respawn and come back in. Jumping in, probably not the advised thing to do. And the play style that you do here would have worked tremendously with a sub, but the air just moves too slowly. Again, we've got a nade and a stun which we simply could have thrown there, and you know, it could have stuck one, it could have got a couple of kills, it could have got a kill, it could have got enough damage out. Okay, 20 seconds left. Sure, that teammate just died plat, hopefully. Probably tracking you because probably behind you somewhere. Yeah, we're missing him. Okay, we should be expecting someone new because we knew there was a player office and we're now missing them. Yes, nice, good kill. Before the trophy, get your own trophy down. You just unlocked it. I don't mind this. Playing your life whilst teammates come and help you. You now got to go. Yeah, it's tough. Maybe show a bit of presence earlier on there. I don't know. It's a tricky one. I think you did it okay. I think you did it fine. It's one of the better decisions I think we've made on the game today. This game. Interesting pinch. They're going to be split spawns now, so you need to do your best to get these kills here. Nice. Now help them out. Wow, yeah. Nice, just pre-aim something. Just pre-aim something. You don't need to move. No one's got your top mid, which is open. That's the only concern. Your teammate's now there. Nice use of a nade and a stun. Nice offensive use, actually. You're on the hill and you're still using it. I really like that. Okay, some really good decision making out of you there. Really like that. Okay. You could have done this better. And okay, even without this, like, ignore those whiffy shots. And this is what it is. Just sit on this heady. Again, we're exposing ourselves too much. Sit on this heady. You can stand up here, be a real weird off angle. Just make sure they can't come through rock here. This gunfight is a massive gunfight to lose because they've got easy top mid control here. But again, we're just running. We're not quite ready for that gunfight. And again, you're taking on the gunfight, which neither of you have the advantage now. So there's nothing wrong with just sitting still on a heady and just waiting for an enemy to come. Especially when you know they're there. Okay. To break, I don't mind this push. Stun and an aid. Stun and an aid. Okay, you know where they are. We're going top. I like this. I like this. Clearing top, nothing there. You can now look down on hill. Dead. There was a guy top open. We were gonna jump straight on there. Do not jump down. You've just given up the only place where they now have control of. But you've just joined your teammate on the hill. I've said it before. I'm not going to repeat myself. You should know what I'm going to say. All three of you are now in the pit here. You've just given up a prime position to just get on a hill with a teammate on it. You stay top mid there, you get all this time. Because you can just sit, watch and making sure they can't come spiral. GG. Don't mind, your teammates just got 2 kills. Nice kill, that's a 3rd. Nice, your teammates just spawned in. You don't need to worry about spawns. You can pinch the tail with a teammate. Nice kill. Teammates just continue to spawn out so you know there's an enemy in the back. Don't mind this, you're open. Oh. That's unfortunate. See, your gunny's good when you're already expecting people there and you're aiming in. So nade, you know which corner they're in. Yeah, good switch, good switch. Good comms. Good kill. Yeah, just keep this control. Look over your team. You don't need to jump down to get a trophy down for him, perhaps. You don't need to move. You don't need to move. I'm intrigued as to why you thought you had to go in here. I get there's an enemy here, but all your concern should be is making sure that enemies can't get to the hill. Okay? And you can do that from Plat. If they decide they want to run through here, like that, whilst they're top window and they're in this room here, they can do what they want. They're not touching time at that element, at that point in time. What you could be doing here is just sat in Plat or sat on the stairs while your teammate has Plat and just look over your teammate. That's all you need to do. We're moving a little bit too much here. There's no reason we need the control of this area of the map right now, especially when your teammate's just died there. You can throw the nade from a whiles back. I like the fact we threw a nade there. But like throw your nade over, like you don't need to be inside of it. You can literally just throw it over this hut. You can throw it literally from where you spawn. Nades go a long way. Yeah. And when you just spawn in, a great time to throw your nade is when you spawn in, because you know it's relatively safe, because that's how the game tries to code spawns. So yeah, you don't need to necessarily wait till that's a better nade. That's a better nade. You don't necessarily have sight of the hill. Nice pre-fire. I love that. Nice shots. You know which corner he's in. You know which corner he's in. Oh, unlucky. Hopefully teammates trade. Nice. Now, unfortunately, you're going to spawn in, and they're probably already going to meet at new. So they need 12 more seconds. That's fine. It's not over yet. It's not over. Good shoulder. Great shoulder. Okay, your teammates just spawned behind you. They're all front or middle. That's gone in the water. Nicely done. Again, you just hold there, hold in the pre-aim, and you win the gunfight. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Okay, teammates got top mid. Yeah, I think both sides. Maybe not. I'm sure there's one garage.
They're coming Lambo for sure.
Yeah, there will be. Just hold this. Good effort. They got none of that. Okay, they need 5 seconds here. Ah, it's going to be over, isn't it? It's going to be over. Okay. A lot to break down. So, let's start with what I really liked about the gameplay. I'm going to revert this straight to the beginning while we talk about this. So, when you're aiming in, you're rarely losing gunfights. Okay, when you're aiming in, expecting an enemy to be there, and they are there, you pretty much win all of them. I think I don't remember many you lost. So I really love the fact that you're a reliable shooter. Okay, if you're not winning you're not losing a gunfight when you're pre-aiming something. Okay, and that's a real good thing to have, which tells you your shots are good. Okay, you don't need to worry too much about your aim and shots. That shouldn't be your focus of working on. Your ability to communicate effectively without screaming down the mic and raging is really nice. Your situational awareness is really good. Like, you understand when to rotate, you understand where you need to be to rotate. Like, a lot of the technical knowledge you have is really, really good, and you should keep hold of that if you can. So yeah, a ton to rave about. Now, first thing first, stuns and nades could be used more. Okay, really easy one to try and fix. Only use them when it's safe to do so, which is normally off of spawn. Okay, it's a nice way to just get initial damage out, maybe trade a teammate, whatever. Try and use them when your enemies are on the hill and you need to try and break it. It gives you a lot of information and can do a lot of damage as well. Especially when you get that stick hit mark and you're like, okay, that's a guaranteed kill, plus maybe some damage elsewhere. So yeah, try and use them more in your game style if you can. The biggest thing I noticed, which definitely costs you this game, is when you are in a power position, stay in that power position. Okay, so Plat, top mid, those sort of areas here, you moved from just to try and jump on the objective. Okay, if you are the further, you need to, like, you're trying to give you the awareness of when you shouldn't jump on the objective from where you are is a tricky thing. But on Hacienda, Plat for P3 and top mid for P1 are places, if you're the only one there, especially if you're the only one there, do not give it up. Especially when you have teammates who are happy just jumping on the hill time. Like, let them do that. You're a straight shooter, hold top mid, you're not losing the gunfights. An example of where it worked is when you had back, I'm going to try and put it here, when you had control of this and you were looking that way, a power spot, you held it, you got a lot of hill time at P2. Okay, a power spot for P4 might be, on the rock looking a particular way. That's a little bit of a more tricky one. But a power spot for P1 is like all of this area. You jump down from that area to hill so many times when you could have just progressed into that area and just dominated the hill. Okay, you can shoot down at the hill from there. You can allow your teammates to get on. You can then rotate easily through to P2 or through the back, whatever which way you might want to do. But that's the power point for P1. And if you can afford to just stay in those power positions, stay in those power positions. You lost a lot of hill time to the enemy from jumping down from this power position. They then getting into that area and just, they then have the domination over the hill because they have that power position. We saw a similar thing on P3 where, yes, the enemy died, and let me just zoom in again. Your teammates all died. The enemy had control of P3. This was a enemy zone. Let's try that again. But you had control of top Plat. From top Plat, you could have naded down. You just killed an enemy here. You could have naded down. You could have stunned. Instead, what you decided to do, you decided to just chow the hill with an AR. Okay, not the best thing to do. Now, hopefully, that's something we can easily adapt. Try and learn the power position. What I would probably recommend doing is watch other gameplays of other people, and on certain hills, on every hill if you can, try and see where's important. So comes to mind Vault P1, Catwalk, very important. P2 Vault, Catwalk, also very important. Okay, that's real big power positions. P3, top art, very important. P4, top art, as well as the statue, very important power positions. Those are areas you just need to get in your head that if you are there, you stay there. Because I promise you, if you, with your gun skill like this, your ability to win gunfights just naturally, if you can get yourself into a power position and you just stay there, you are going to do great and you are going to get ranked up. That's my number one advice for you, is just make sure that if you're in a power position, you own that power position, okay? And then second time, understand when to just let your teammates get on the hill time, okay? If you are the better shooter, which you probably in Plat, not many people shoot as straight as you are. Let the teammates who might not be as strong in that area do the dirty work, okay? Your keenness to just jump on the objective because it's open, because it's available, needs to be second guessed, okay? If an objective is available, think, do we have map control? If you do not have map control, get map control, okay? If you do have map control, do we have good spawns? If we don't have good spawns, you should then try and get good spawns instead. These are the questions you should be asking before just throwing your life away onto the objective, okay? Power, number one of the biggest rules for hardpoint. Do not jump on the hardpoint unless you have the map control you want first. Okay, the hill time will come when you have the map control naturally. So those are the two things, those maybe three things I want you to work on. Stuns and nades, use them more. When you have map control and good power position, keep that power position, okay, when you know it's a power position for a particular hill. And then lastly, Lastly, ask yourself when you jump on an objective, is it the best thing to do? Okay, questions you should be asking is, before you jump on, do we have map control? Do we have the spawns we want? And is there a teammate who can get it, who's probably in a better position to get it? Okay, fix those things and your hardpoint game will become substantially better. I don't know how good you are at control or S&D, but obviously those things need to improve as well if you want to rank up generally. But honestly, you fix those things, you're going to be a better gamer. You're going to get more kills, you're going to win more games, and you're going to get more SR and rank up, I promise. Definitely hit Diamond. Without a doubt, you can definitely hit Diamond. Those things are holding you back. And again, if you have any questions, let me know down below. But Diamond is 100% achievable for you. You've got the skill. You just need to make slightly better decisions. And that's it. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao for now.